YouTube, welcome back to another video. Before we get this one started though, make sure you guys go ahead and like and subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and yeah, let's just keep this channel growing. Today's video is more just going to be like a quick motivational video, nothing too crazy, but right now I am currently headed to the gym. I'm going to go get a workout in real quick before I go back and take care of the puppy. But lately I've been feeling kind of optimistic. Well, not kind of, but very optimistic about the future. You know, things that are going on in my life since I decided to change a few things, and you know, essentially to seek some help. You know, so everything's pretty much been going in a positive direction. Not been complaining too much about what's going on, and like I said, just staying positive. You know, that's the biggest thing. Is sometimes there are those hard days, sometimes there are you know, some very good days, and most of the time the very good days will, you know, overshadow the bad days. And one of the things that I've been, you know, learning a lot about myself is just the fact that you know, I tend not to give myself enough credit for things that I've done and things that I'm doing, especially when it comes to the smaller little victories that are going on in my life. I tend to kind of just blur those out and focus on the next big thing, which is really bad, you know. But here lately I've been thinking a lot about the future, you know, things that I'm gonna do, you know, not only with the channel, but essentially with the rest of my life, you know. And one of those things that I've been looking at here lately is, you know, probably purchasing the second home. I bought my first home at 21, and you know, that's a big accomplishment for me, and you know, for a lot of people, because not many people will ever buy a home, you know, just due to different circumstances and, you know, whatever it may be. But I was fortunate enough to have, you know, a lot of support from friends and family, especially my family, you know, and that was one of the biggest reasons why I was able to get that first home. But here lately I've just been thinking about purchasing the next one. I think it's coming up, you know, for me to essentially just be out on my own, you know. Right now at my current home, I got my family living with me. Nothing wrong with that, but you know, as I'm getting older, I think it's time for my own space, not only for myself, but just for my peace of mind. Sometimes I tend to get anxiety from being in that house. Just not that there's too many people there, but sometimes I get very uncomfortable in crowded environments, and it's not a constant thing, but it's just something that I battle with occasionally. So, you know, like I said, buying that second home is going to be a big step for me. I'm hoping that it'll happen here within the next year. So today is October 12th of 2021. You guys will probably see the same video here tonight once I'm done editing it. If not, you guys will see it tomorrow, early morning. But yeah, I think in this next year I'm going to do everything I can to, you know, buy that second home. I've also been thinking a lot about, you know, some of the vehicles I want to own, you know, some of my dream cars. Here lately I've been eyeballing a lot of, you know, Jeep SRTs, Trackhawks, the Ram TRX, and even G-Wagons. I know it seems a little far-fetched for, you know, those vehicles right now, but I think I am in a good position where if I really wanted to, you know, I can get out there and do it. So, you know, the vehicles might not come here in the next year. I'll probably give those a few more years before I actually jump into something like that, just because, you know, the second home would be a better investment, and so I want to go with that first. But always got to start now. You know, there's no more perfect time than now. So, you know, as of today, like I said, October 12th, everything that I've ever dreamt of, you know, whether it's cars, you know, material things like clothes don't really matter to me. I got my clothing brand that I'm trying to work on, so, you know, clothes don't really matter to me. But like I said, the cars, the homes, I do want to invest in some real estate. Those are the two major things that I want to work on this year. And, you know, hopefully with the help of this YouTube channel and help of you guys, by you guys subscribing, liking, and engaging in the content, you know, it'll help me fulfill some other dreams of mine that I have with giving back to the community. There's one community in particular that I do want to give back to, and that's the community of bereaved parents. That one really hits, you know, super close to home, just because I am a bereaved father, and I wanna do a little bit more for that community. It's something that I've been wanting to do since my daughter passed away, but you know, I don't really have too much of the means to do it right now. So, you know, here over the next year and even going forward, I'm gonna do my best to try and do that a lot more, and you know, possibly even start a nonprofit, you know, for that, and help you know, parents that are going through some of these hard situations. You know, give them resources, give them some help, you know, guide them in the right direction of, you know, seeking some of that mental health that, you know, for me, it took me about 3 years before I actually started seeking any sort of help, and just, you know, making them comfortable with that, because for me, you know, growing up in a Hispanic culture, seeking help is not really the thing that you try and do. It's really frowned upon, but you know, as human beings, we got to look for that. So, like I said, that's one of the things that really hits close to home, and that's something that I want to do. So I'm going to give that one a lot more thought, but for sure I'm going to start reaching out to different organizations now, you know, start donating to some charities, because it's very important. And you know, there's a lot of parents out there right now that you might not even know of, because some of them are, you know, just don't want to share that story with a lot of people, or with anybody in general, right? But you know, not that they're close friends, but you know, I know quite a few actually parents, you know, back from high school and just different phases of my life that are bereaved parents and went through a similar situation that you know, that I went through and that we went through with our daughter. So that's why it hits close to home. But I don't want to make this video too sad, you know. It's just a quick video, just letting you guys know that I'm more motivated now than ever to achieve, you know, these dreams of mine. You know, to not only help myself, but help communities around me that I really care about. And you know, one of the things that I really want to do is give back to my parents. I know that, you know, right now my dad's been working literally every day, so you know, at some point I want to be able to, you know, help them, especially my mom, but you know, my dad likes to work, but my mom, I want to make sure I can retire her here soon, you know, in the next few years. They both been grinding since a very young age, and especially my dad, you know, he's been out here since he was 13, came over here to the United States undocumented from Mexico. You know, pretty much became a man at the age of 13. And that's probably another video that I want to do also, is probably interview my parents, because I don't know too much of their story. You know, they don't share a whole lot, but I would like to get to, you know, share their story of when they came over here, especially, like I said, my dad's, because he came over here undocumented, and then he did everything he possibly could to, you know, become a legal resident, and provide us with a better future. So once again, that's something that I wanna do is give back to them, and you know, hopefully help them retire. you know, sooner rather than later. That way they can enjoy a lot more of their life, and you know, maybe do some traveling on their own back and forth to Mexico or wherever else they might want to go. But aside from that, yeah, it's all a lot on me right now. Like I said, I got big for not only for myself, but for what I want to do with my clothing brand, things I want to do, you know, with real estate, with cars, and with that, you know, nonprofit I just mentioned. So there's a lot going on, but you know, hopefully this video, you know, motivates you guys to think about more than just the material things. I know I mentioned a lot of that material stuff, but you know, there's more to it than, you know, that I'm probably explaining, because I do a really horrible job at explaining some of these things. But no, a lot of it will be, you know, to give back to the community. So if you guys made it this far, you know, make sure that you guys, you know, once again, like and subscribe, turn on the post notifications on. Let's continue to help this, you know, this channel grow, and, you know, make it real big, you know. That way we can do a lot of things for the community and get out there a lot more. I know one of the things that I also want to do too, before I wrap it up, is, you know, helping out the homeless. Typically, I usually make a drive to from Denver to Littleton, just because I decided to start going to, you know, a different gym. But there's people that I see on the, you know, on the side, on the corners, you know, asking for money due to different situations. And sometimes I don't carry cash, so a lot of the times it's hard for me to give to them. But sometimes you just see their condition, you know, hair very long, beards really long, and, you know, it looks like they've gone multiple days without eating, and, you know, sleep really, because I've been trying to pay a lot more attention to people like that, you know, and give whenever I can. But there is one specific, you know, homeless person that I've noticed a lot, usually when I make that left turn, and it just hurts, man. It hurts to see some of these people out there just, you know, begging for money. A lot of people don't even take the time to, you know, read their signs and see what they're going through. And I know there's bad stigma behind it, because, you know, a lot of people lie on why they're asking for money. A lot of the time it's for drugs or whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, you can't judge them. Just try and help them out, and whatever they decide to do from that point on, you know, that's on them. Just make that good decision and good choice as a human being to help, you know, another brother or sister in need out. But yeah, that one person in particular, I see him, you know, limping around. Sometimes I look at the condition of his shoes, and I'm just like, you know, shocked by the condition that he's wearing them in, and, you know, I can tell that he's hurting a lot from that stuff. And so I don't really want to make a video of me, you know, essentially just, you know, doing something for that specific person. But, you know, giving back to the homeless is something that I definitely want to do as well. But yeah, man, I'm gonna wrap this video up right now. Again, it was just a quick video, and on letting you guys know, you know, what the motivation is right now, kind of what the plans are for the next year, you know, next year, a few years, as far as what I'll be bringing to the table, as far as content goes, and as far as, you know, my success in life. So I hope you guys are there for the journey. But, you know, once again, I just hope this video, you know, hopefully inspires somebody, you know, make a change in your life, and, you know, go out there and chase whatever dreams you've got. You know, you're not gonna be able to do much just thinking about it or dreaming about it. You gotta actually get up and go grind for it, you know. And I really feel like YouTube and everything else around me will help me get to those, you know, reach those goals, you know, check off those milestones, you know, checklists of whatever I got that I want to accomplish. Because at the end of the day, when, you know, legacy for my family and kids and, you know, future generations, where, you know, I'll hopefully be remembered for doing a lot of good things around the world and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna sign out right now. I will probably, you know, do another quick video here once I'm done at the gym, so you guys will see me dressed the same way. Not too sure yet, but just stay tuned, and like I said, make sure you guys like and subscribe.